Hey Legacy Builders, welcome back to Mind Your Money. In this video, I'm tracking expenses in my annual budget workbook using my expense tracker. This is going to be credit card expenses that occurred or posted from the 7th through the 13th of April. I don't have anything to, let's see, kind of go line by line. I'm probably going to show you on the screen as well what expenses posted, what payments were made, so we can walk through this together. Feel free to take out your workbook or open up your spreadsheet. If you have the digital version of this expense tracker or workbook, you can do that too, so we can get up to date on what we've been spending. The last charge I talked about last week on the 6th was a travel expense from our transportation fund for $8.55. I haven't paid it back yet. The 7th was a no spend day. The first transaction that posted on the 7th was a payment of $84.81, and that is the culmination of all of the purchases I made through Monopoly Go. And so I'll talk through those, but I did pay that back. Like, even before the charges posted, I paid it back. Okay, so then after the 7th, the first transaction on the 8th was $34, a payment of $34.95. And that was part of the food charges that we've been making so far for the month that I paid back, right? And I talked about that last week. Then the second transaction was a payment for $198.23. $198.23. The payment that I'm talking about that I just made, the $198.23, came from our household account, and we made that payment last week. Then on the 8th, the first transaction, or the next transaction on the 8th, was a purchase from Target, $41.95. They always post this as a dining, in the dining category, but these were wellness items. So I bought like some eucalyptus oil, I bought some cough drops, I bought cough medicine, I think, or maybe I just bought some saline, and that was from Target, $41.95. And then everything I needed that day I couldn't get from Target, so I also spent at Walgreens, and I bought some Vicks Vapor Rub, I bought some bottles for the baby, and some other stuff, and that was coming from Wellness also for $45.63. And then on the 8th, I was playing Google Monopoly Go. Playing Monopoly Go has been like a stress reliever for me. And I know spending money, for everybody, for some people, it's like, oh, you got to be frugal, don't spend anything, don't use a credit card, etc. But I was actually having fun, and I wanted to continue to win. And this postpartum is no joke. So I found something that I enjoy doing, although I know it can be problematic. So I knew that everything I charged that 1 or 2 days, it might have been 1 day, I paid back. So I had 10 individual charges for Google Monopoly Go. And I kept buying dice. I kept buying more dice and more dice, because the dice is how you earn the money in the game, the Monopoly money. So I just kept buying more dice. And I ended up charging $84.81, but I did pay that back. God bless you, baby. So I did pay it back, and that $84.81 is taken care of. So all of those Google expenses, all of those Monopoly Go in-app purchases, taken care of. The next transaction on the 8th was for $18.52. That came from groceries. Okay, and then that's it for the 8th. So on the 9th, the first purchase, or the first transaction, was for groceries from Stop and Shop for $46.80. But also I made a payment that day of $350, and that's the additional food charges that we were, making in the first week and a half of April. So I covered those. And then I did have more purchases from Monopoly Go. I bought more dice 3 times, and that charge was $6.51. So you'll see that there is 3 individual charges of $2.17. So I paid that back right away. Then on April 10th, I made a payment of $197.35. That is my debt snowball, basically, because I'm paying down all of the charges that we made in December right now. And you'll probably see that if you watch my budget by paycheck closeout video that's coming out sometime this week, or maybe it already did before this video does. I paid that back on the second week, the second paycheck. So that's that. Because I'm still working on it. April 10th, McDonald's, right? Yeah, eating out, $38.72. Also on the 10th, I ordered from Stop and Shop. Now, I order groceries. It looks like, okay, you're ordering every day. But the fact remains, sometimes you don't get everything in that one shopping trip, or I forgot something, because I am not leaving the house when it's raining, it's cold, and I have a little baby. I have a new baby. So I've been ordering groceries. It's easier for me. It works in this season. This is not an everyday, all the time thing. It's just the season that I'm in. So whenever I forget something, I have to place a second order. So the first order was charged $21.17, and that was groceries from Stop and Shop, like I said. And then the second charge was for $25.31, more groceries. And then I needed some more household products, so I ordered from Walgreens because I found some good deals there. And that was $45.29 and that was it for the 10th. So I have to fill in the rest of these transactions with you. But as I look on my statement, on the 11th, the very first transaction was a payment for $6.51. That again was those Monopoly Go charges that I paid back. On the 11th, a second payment of $42.50. That came from our transportation fund, because my husband's transportation MTA card posted, yeah, up here. So $42.50, and I paid that back. $62.62 was paid also on the 11th. I'm not sure what the $62.62 was for. I think it was from household, so let me check quickly. No, $62.62 was for clothing. So I paid back the 2 charges from Target on the 6th of April. And that's what that was. So the next transaction on the 11th was for $41.72, again from Stop and Shop, for groceries that I bought. Food. $41.72. Okay, and then after that was $13.93 from Stop and Shop. Sometimes, again, if the first order didn't have something I was missing, or if I just simply forgot to order something, I'll have to send another request for more things, and that was $13.93. On the 12th, now we move over to this next page. I ordered something from Amazon. It was a Prime Video. So I'm going to basically pay this back from our miscellaneous account, because I didn't plan on that purchase, but I wanted to see, if I can remember what movie it is. I'll put it on the screen because I don't remember right now, but I was like, I really want to see this, and it was pretty good. I'm sure it was. This is going to be a video. I'll put Prime Video, and this will come from our miscellaneous category, because again, I didn't plan on this ahead of time, and the charge was $3.99. Then we have on the 13th, since that was the only charge on the 12th, nice. On the 13th, we went to Target, and I bought some household items and also some clothing items, but we were a little rushed in the Target. So I usually separate categories. So like if I'm going to buy whatever clothes, we bought some socks that day. Socks for my husband, socks for the little baby, And then I bought some wipes for the baby, which I would consider that a household expense. But we're going to lump this all into household. I'll just put household stuff, and it'll come from household. And maybe what I'll probably do on my own is just transfer a few dollars from clothing into household and just to pay it back, because I still have my receipt actually, and it looks like the socks, the Carter socks, were $5.60. Ooh, are we clear here? The Carter socks were $5.60. And then my husband's socks were $16. So I'll take $21.60 from clothing and transfer it to household. That's what I'll probably do. Okay, so that was $72.41 from household. And then on the 13th at Stop and Shop, I spent $9.55. Probably for water. I think that was nursery water or something. Stop and Shop. Okay, so this is going to be groceries. And this is going to come from food. $9.55. So I try to buy a few jugs at a time because we don't want to run out of that. And then I have some pending transactions which we'll post after this video goes out, and I'll track it next week since it's going to post within, let me see, this is the 3rd week of the month. So that's it. Those are all of the transactions. We currently have a balance of $6,457. And the reason why we have a balance at $6,004 is because we have our April charges still pending there that haven't been paid back yet. So I'm going to quickly check the accounts where we paid money from, or the categories where we paid money from, and see what I can make a payment for right now since I'm doing it. Let's see. This $3.99 for miscellaneous, I'm just going to pay that back right now for miscellaneous. $3.99, and get that taken care of really quickly. Okay, so that was paid. It says thanks for your payment. Your payment will be on time and covers the minimum due, because I've already more than satisfied the minimum. And let's see what else we have here. Let me zoom out really quick. We have the $72.41, but we have charges prior to that that are a little bit older, and I want to take care of those. So we have $93.46 that we spent on food on the 6th of April. Oh, that was paid back. What am I doing? So I don't need to pay that back, actually, since we did. And then we have transportation at $8.55 that hasn't been paid back. Let's see what's in transportation, if I can make a payment. Nope, can't do it just yet. We're still in between the next paycheck. So I'm going to move on to wellness, the $41.95 and the $45.63 from the 8th. Wellness should have more than enough. Okay, wellness has $188.99 right now. $41.95 plus $45.63 equals $87.58. So $87.58 from $188.99. Okay, $188.99. All right, so we'll pay the $87.58 back today from wellness, so that can be taken care of. All right, thanks for your payment. Your payment will be on time and covers the minimum due. So wellness charges are taken care of, and then we have more groceries. Let's see. And we have household. Household has how much money right now? $59.75. So I'm going to pay back this, excuse me, household expense from Walgreens on the 10th for $45.29. So that's taken care of. Again, thanks for your payment. Your payment will be on time and covers the minimum due. I've already more than satisfied next month's minimum payment. What I am going to do the next day, again, after this, is go back and take care of the rest of the charges, because I can't make more than 3 payments in one day with Capital One. And I've already made 3 payments. I made this household payment. I made the $3.99 for the miscellaneous Prime Video expense. And then I made another payment of $87.58 from Wellness. So those 3 payments taken care of. The rest of these I'll take care of the next day once these payments clear, and then I can start all over again. And then I'll share with you what we spent in the 3rd week. I'm hoping that our charges in week 3 are very light, because the only things we need to take care of going forward are the rest of our bills for the month. And we had maybe 2 or 3 lift charges, and that was because we had to take the newborn baby to the doctor and get her her first set of vaccinations. And she had to get checkups. She had to get a checkup. She had to get 2 vaccinations. We gave her one, which was the actual needle in her leg, and then the other was one she took by mouth, so it wasn't so bad. And I do not like to do so many shots at one time, so I'll probably space these out going forward. Since she's growing well, she's gaining weight, she's doing excellent. But yeah, I just wanted to say that for those who wanted a newborn baby update. That's what it is. We are blessed, and we are so grateful that we're staying on top of the money. It's not perfect. We're not always going to make the best decisions, the right decisions, but we are going to stay on top of what we're spending, because if you don't stay on top of what you're spending, it can and will get out of control, and then you find yourself in a very difficult place. And credit cards can be very beneficial if you are mature enough to use them wisely, and that's what we're trying to get to make sure we're using them wisely. So we have not a whole lot, but we have about $45, $43 in cash rewards right now. That just keeps adding up, because again, we keep using it, and each month, because we use it to pay bills, buy food, and buy household stuff. So that's where that comes from. And because I make payments based on the categories I spent in, if I make 3 payments, I can't make a 4th on the same day. So I will be taking care of like this transportation charge, the rest of these food charges, which is mostly, it's all food. Yeah, everything else is groceries. And then there's one more household expense. I will be paying these the next day. When I'm recording on Monday, so I'll make the payments on Tuesday, and then you'll see this video on Wednesday. So by the time you see next week's video, I would have already taken care of those outstanding charges, and then we'll go over what we charge this week next week. I hope that makes sense. Thank you so much for being here for as long as you were. I hope you enjoyed this video. I am going to be making purchases for a giveaway for hitting 3,000 subscribers. So if you've been waiting for that, thank you for being patient with me. There's a lot going on in real life behind the scenes, so it's going to take me a little while, but I am going to get that giveaway, and I'm going to announce it, but I'm not going to make it like a huge public thing, because some people, scammers, start coming out of the woodworks, and I just don't have time for trying to decipher who's real and who's not. So we're going to do it in a very easy way, just like I did, I think, my 2,000 subscriber giveaway. That was really easy. So I'm going to have one big gift for the giveaway. It's going to be a combination of things, and I will post it in a video. I'll let you know in the video, so you'll know how to enter, because if you've been here for a while, you know me, and I appreciate you for being here through all the ups and downs and life throws, and watching me do my budget and getting inspiration from here. I'm so grateful to you guys. So continue to mind your money, manage it well, live your lives abundantly. Gotta go kiss the baby. Bye for now.